Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Donald Trump right now is being tried for allegedly paying Stormy Daniels hush money. I'm Rob on the right. Let's go take a look at what The View thinks.
We want to let you know what's going on, because earlier this morning, history was made here in New York when the first ex-president to ever face criminal charges arrived at the courthouse this morning. And here's what he said outside of the courthouse about the charges that he paid hush money to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Take a look.
This is a persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never been brought. It's an assault on America.
I agree.
This is really an attack on a political opponent. That's all it is.
Why are they laughing?
So apparently a lot of Republicans are echoing this rant.
Because it's true.
Congressman Jamie Raskin says Americans are much smarter than anybody thinks. So how do you see this playing out?
Some Americans are smarter.
I think that these are self-inflicted wounds. We've had Stormy Daniels on the show. We've had, we've heard from Michael Cohen.
Seriously? Michael Cohen? I mean, this guy is supposedly a key witness and the perpetrator? It just smells of like payoff. From where I stand, it seems like Cohen only really cares about money. I mean, if the prosecutor offered him something, I'm sure he would have just lapped it right up.
We know that, I think most Americans understand that he slept with Stormy Daniels and didn't want his wife to find out about it.
Okay, just like Clinton?
Didn't want the public, more importantly, to find out about it because he was in the middle of a campaign and he paid off money. And there's a paper trail. This is not a difficult case to prove.
Yeah, and look at Clinton. I mean, what, didn't he pay like almost $1 million of hush money? And he also got caught, with Monica Lewinsky. So I kind of feel like all these arguments are they're hollow.
It's just simple fraud. If you basically falsify business records for an illegal purpose, that's a misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor. And ultimately, it hasn't been proven. It's on record that Cohen paid Stormy Daniels. We don't know for what yet, because that will be revealed in this court case. It's also known that Trump paid Cohen $400,000 for legal fees. Now, whether or not that came from campaign funds or from the Trump Corporation is still to be determined. I can't find anything online that tells us exactly how that money was reported. I'm assuming that we're going to have to wait for this trial in order to find out. Knowing Trump, he's smart enough not to list that as a campaign expense.
If you falsify business records and that should try to cover up another crime, that's a felony. And so I don't think that this is going to be a difficult case to prove.
I think it will be a difficult case to prove. You're looking for two levels of proof on something that, if it wasn't listed as a campaign expense, I can't see how they can prosecute him on this. It's business. You don't have to publicize everything that you do in private business.
I think it can be won and lost during jury selection. That's what most lawyers say. You win or lose. And so what's going to be very interesting is who is going to be on this jury. There is not going to be anyone on the jury that has never heard of Donald Trump.
Of course not. And it's in New York, so we know which way the jury is going to lean. Best of luck to you, Don. I hope you get some people who just see this for what it is.
Okay, you would have to have been living under a rock.
Yeah, we don't want that guy on there.
We don't want that guy. But what we do want is people that still know everything, but can render an impartial verdict. And I really believe in our jury system.
That's kind of weird that they said that. I mean, they don't want the guy who's living under a rock who's completely impartial. I don't know. That stinks of like favoritism. She's looking for somebody who has a preconceived notion. I mean, it's completely obvious.
And I really believe in our jury system, and I think that they can do the job. The question for me is, if he is convicted, if he is sentenced to prison, can he still run for president?
Yes.
Because if you are a convicted felon, guess what? You can't vote for president. I don't understand how you can be a convicted felon and run for president.
Hey, it's the rules. What if he's wrongly convicted? What if a candidate is wrongly convicted? What if it's a political hit? You know, I mean, it would make sense that you should be able to run because the people know what's going on. Only the hardcore Trump haters are on board with this trial. It's silly. It's frivolous. It's petty. No, this is ridiculous. This is just smear campaign after smear campaign. And this is the latest one in a long line of attempts to discredit this president because he doesn't play the establishment rules. I might not always agree with the guy, but I truly believe that Donald Trump is anti-establishment, or at least, I don't know, anti-deep state. This case and this election cycle are going to be crazy. I hope you guys subscribe and follow me down the rabbit hole as I cover all the details. Well, I'm Rob on the right, and until the next time, see you around the campus.